What's up, boys? CB here, back again with another trade and analysis. As you guys can see by the title and thumbnail, we did go break even today. Today's price action was horrible. We had news, we had unemployment came out today at 8:30. That's sending the markets everywhere. Uh, Today, Euro GBP was the only thing that that kind of performed in our favor. So we took a trade on Euro GBP today, got break even. So let's just get into the trade and analysis. So we got our London session lows right here. This is our London session lows. We got our previous day highs, previous day lows all the way down here. We got a lot of stack lows to the bottom, right? I was already coming in. I was already leaning towards the bear side because we got accumulation right here. We got London session manipulated, Asia session accumulated. So I figured New York session was just going to distribute. And also we are disrespecting every bullish gap. And we're also respecting bears, right? We're respecting bears and disrespecting bullish. So I was already, okay, price is most likely going to be go down, right? So we come in, we got our 15-minute highs and 15-minute lows. Also, I noticed that we had a bearish fair value gap on the 15-minute chart that got respected 3 different times. As you can see, price came into it 3 different times and respected consequent encroachment. The third time that price came into this gap, it respected, it created equal highs with this 15 with our 15-minute highs, right? So I'm just gonna mark it green. As I marked all my equal highs with the green line, right? We also have on the 30-minute chart, we also have a bullish gap. As you can remember, I said earlier, we are respecting bearish, disrespecting bullish. So we have a bullish 30-minute gap that got the inverse. As you can see, price claimed below consequent encroachment, came back into consequent encroachment, closed below, right? And if we go back, if we scale up to the 4-hour, we also have a bearish gap that got respected as well. So we have bearish gaps and bullish inverse gaps, right? So now I scale back down to the 15-minute chart. We got a retest of these 15-minute lows, right? We got a break and retest of these 15-minute lows. So this was our confirmation for right now, right? This was our confirmation. We needed price to close below here. The only reason why I wanted price to close below here, because if we have scale up to the 30-minute, I did see this in this inverse, and I was like, if price at first I was looking for price to close here, right? But because I noticed that we had this bullish gap on the 30-minute chart, I was like, okay, no, I want to actually move my confirmation to down here, because price either could respect this gap and move higher or not. Because like I said, as you can see, we have this this inverse gap that's being respected and equal highs. So I wanted price to close below here, but it didn't end up closing, which is good, and I'm glad I didn't take it. Because I wouldn't have lost, we would have won, but I just wasn't liking this 30-minute gap. But as you guys can see, if you scale down, so we got this 30-minute gap right here, and then if you scale down to the 15-minute chart, we have another 15-minute bullish gap inside of this 30-minute gap, right? Price inverse both of those gaps. As you can see, price inverse both of those gaps, and while price was inversing those gaps, it created a bearish gap that got respected. So like I said, as you guys can see, all these bullish gaps are getting disrespected and all the bearish gaps are getting respected. So as you can see, like I said earlier, a few minutes ago, this was my confirmation, right? We finally got to close below our confirmation. So we entered in right here. We had our stops. Normally, I was thinking about putting my stops at consequent encroachment, but because price was not really performing and not moving the way I wanted it to move, I just had my stops at this wick. We were targeting these lows right here. We targeted all these lows, right? And this was our break even. I normally don't go break even that early, but this was my break even, given that these are equal lows, and I didn't know if price was gonna sweep these lows and then move higher, or was it just gonna close below these lows. And as you guys can see, we made a smart decision by actually going break even right here, because as you can see, it's approaching our stop loss, right? So as you can see, we took the trade. We got, price came to our break even point. We put our stops at break even. We got stopped at break even, which isn't bad. And that's really just the trade for today. We got stopped at break even. All these, it was a nice A+ setup. We had all these, everything just aligned with what we was looking for. Everything just matched our setup. We had everything respecting bearish. Everything was disrespecting bullish. Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Everything was just throwing at me bearish, bearish, bearish. But price, like I said, it was no volume in the market. So even if you have an A+ setup sometimes and there's no volume in the market, then it just may not move, honestly. So this week we had a win. We had one winning trade, we had one losing trade, and then a break even, which is not bad. We 3 total trades we took this week, still in profit for the week. So that's good. And I hope you guys, I hope you guys learned a lot from this video, and I will see you guys next time.